Hello? Lovely. Hi, Snore. Hi, Snore. Look on your right? Cool. It's pretty hard to like test the sound volumes and stuff with it being like, you know, I can't click this button. I'm gonna go into options and audio. Closed captioning? No, it's cool. Everything should be like pretty nice and stuff. Yeah, the sound graphics. That helps, I guess. So how y'all doing? Hope you're doing good. If the oh no, hang on a minute. I gotta put a link in. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sorry, my fault, guys. Just a second. I've got all like, oh yeah, you know, there's a link in the description if you want to check that vote out, and then I haven't put it there. So just a second. Let me just do that. No, not
Fine.
that one. Not that one.
Have a life.
It's this video.
Oh, there, dinner's...
Alright, just a second, guys. Just a second. Doing this. I'm doing this. Alright, just a minute. Just a minute. No, never played this game before. I have no idea what it's about. I understand. The only thing I know is that it's pretty obscure. That's kind of it. That's all I got, really. That's all I got. Alright, how's that? More or less. Just a minute. Go back to editor. By the way, oh, what was I going to ask? By the way, absolutely nothing. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Underneath the oh, it is. Sorry, I'll fix that. It's only because I'm doing stuff. That's why. Let me get this out. Are my buttons like appearing at the bottom? You know, can you see? Are they just grey boxes? Because they're grey boxes for me. Keep up, Rethix. Keep up, Rethix. Come on, Rethix. It's as if you don't live on my channel. Right, how do I get an extra space there? Oh god, I don't know. What if I just press enter? Grey. Why does it keep losing them? That's really pretty annoying. Oh god, that'll do. No, you're not supposed to click on them. They're not supposed to be grey. That's the issue. They're not supposed to be links. Alright, just a minute. I'll fix that now. I'll bloody fix it. Just a minute. Ah, wait. Where the hell are these things? Oh, not in that one. Yeah, I wish I was organised. Put a light on. Yeah, they're supposed to just be like words. All right, just a minute. Let me get this sorted. They're not supposed to be buttons. They're just supposed to be like banner tops saying, you know, about me and whatever. And they ain't. They ain't that at all. They're just, like you say, grey boxes. I upload it and it just goes grey. Brilliant. Oh, there we go. There's one. Right. There's another one. Just a minute. Getting this sorted out. Right. Save that. Okay, they should be back. Right, cool. So if you refresh, it'll be there, but you don't have to. Obviously, I was just wondering whether it was just me or whether they're all the wrong size. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. How y'all doing, by the way? Hope you're doing good. Right now, of course, we have to fix all this rubbish that is going on with this. Just a minute. Boom, fixed. There you go. There you go. Just had to, I'd do all that in the dashboard, so a little bit iffy. Lovely, jubbly, and all that stuff. So, the Stanley Parable. Marvellous. Yeah, it's fixed and everything. Sorry I had to do that on stream, but I didn't know whether it was me or whatever, and I'm not the most organised person. Anyway, technically we're kind of almost on time. So, how y'all doing? You doing good? I already asked that, I know, but more people have arrived, so hello. The game sounds about as loud as me. Yeah, I can alter that. I can alter that in here. We're going to have to play it by ear, because obviously, this is all I got currently. Sorry, Mudcrab. Sorry, Mudcrab. Right. I guess we should start, shall we? There's no point dilly-dallying. I'll probably put this on the V-streams, but, I'll just put a timestamp saying, oh, by the way, the stream actually starts about 10 minutes after. Well, the game starts 10 minutes after the stream. But hope you're all doing well this lovely Sunday evening. Thank you all for joining us. Dan Peaty, Hommins, Snore, Mudcrab, and everybody else who may happen to be here. Cell, Frantic, Dragonster, I see you there. iTyrant, Casper, and all you glorious people. Hope you all have a nice evening with me here tonight as we play some Stanley Parable. Let me know if there's any issues in the stream, like, volume or whatever. And I'll see what I can do to fix that. But I couldn't test this because, of course, I'm going to play it blind. So, I could only work on this. So, should we begin? I like how, the first thing I noticed is that you see just there. Can you see my mouse cursor? Yeah, just there. That's the Fraps cursor. That is the Fraps, what's the rules? That's the Fraps counter, that is. You can't see it here because it's not showing on the main menu, but the game seems to be picking it up in the subsequent menus in the thing, so that's kind of neat, isn't it? Seems to be stuttering. Let me just check, see if I've got everything right. Oh, by the way, hi Narima. All of this is Snor's fault. Snor bought me this game, so this is all Snor's fault, all of it. Let's go into my settings here and see if my encoding is what I normally have it at, my bitrate. I mean, Hitbox says that I'm running at a rate less than bloody, yeah. What Hitbox says. I don't know if you're trolling or what, Ape Toast, but hello and welcome. Yeah, the vampirism. I'll just begin the game. I'll stop. There we go. It's done. And that was definitely a turn up for the books, wasn't it? Certainly was. It's not responding. Has it crashed? Maybe I should have hit that button. Oh no, we're going. We're good. We're good.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Alright, I'll change the volume when I
then
can.
One day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, we need some more audio. There, it's. I believe it's on maximum now. Just kind of pushing buttons. Alright, yeah, we have a crouch. Okay, multiple endings.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Perhaps there's a
No matter
meeting.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Who farted? Yeah, it's always the risk of, Oh! Switch it off. Well, you know, saving electric and all that. Yes. Can't see what that says, really. Something about the boss. Alright, hang on. I like work. I just hate the boss. Yes, I'm trying to loot them, yeah. You know, I mean RPG mode still. And also save the planet mode by turning all these PCs off. Hi Moon Droplet, how you doing? Hope you well. Read all the mini things. Well, the mini things? Well, username access. That's all I can see, because, you know, I'm maybe playing this on a resolution that's slightly less than what I'm used to. Oh, that says F you. Be my alien. My what? Valentine, not alien. Oh man. Oh, they farted. Hi, Lady Flaren. Nice to see you all in here. Really nice to see you all. Be my alien. Oh! Alright, look at that. A clue! They're all upstairs. They're all in the ceiling.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh! Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, the music stopped. Meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to
volume
go
now?
up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Alright, I like this. I'm going to read these. Meeting room. Alright, so it's just a timetable, really. Office efficiency, what to do about 432. Wait, what was I? Was I 432? I was 432, wasn't I? I see it right there, right there. Volume's okay, cool. I'm looking at the slides, don't worry, I see the slides. I'm just looking at this one first. Don't panic. Don't panic. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Boss's inspection, legal. Office part, yay! Yeah, okay. To tomorrow. Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda and reflect. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Standardize. Not cost efficient. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Synergize papers. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire someone to fire the guy. Fire the guy. The paper guy. The paper synergy guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep targets. Topic off. Okay. Cake is a lie. Synergize core value expenditures. Ah. Ah, PowerPoint. It's the devil. Oh my god. 20 things you love about your boss. Fill out in triplicate. Boss appreciation specialist. If you ever find yourself in a conflict. About pollution. Less air. Comatose. Football. Metamorphosis. Getting tips, not getting fired. Talk less, do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day.
There doing nothing at all.
Yes.
He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Yes. That's true. That is true. Alright, that's all of them. What do people want? Things. What was that one? Happy feelings. Mike James, you are fired. Money, more money, things, but why? But with money to buy more things. Graphs? Graphs about things and money. With our new product. People like things and money. That's true. More water coolers. More water cooler heaters. More water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to the teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put into teenage demographic. Big net. Some sort of child trap. Throw something in the ideas bin. No more bins. Trash cans. Renaming of ideas. Ideas bin. Okay. Right then. Let's go. Broom closet. Ah! A door that opens.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, there's a broom for a start. That you call the broom nothing, Mr. Narrator,
There was
sir.
nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. but it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
It's nice. I like it.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Oh, ape. I'm sure you'd like that. I think I might. Hi, Chris. And by the way, everybody knows this is Snor's fault. I believe that's the end. Yeah, it does seem like the end. Maybe. I think it was. I'm happy with that.
Second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Dave could never replace me.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, okay, I will. I'm gonna be a good slave. Oh, this is very nice. Wow. This is not like any office I have ever been in, ever. If all the Daves conspired together, we would have no chance, any of us, because they are legion. They are many. They do not forgive and they do not forget. Expect them.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845, hang on a minute. 2845, you're saying? I'm going to put that down because I will forget it in my exploration of this room.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I appreciate you saying that again, you know. Play the piano?
2845.
Mind you, I don't think I need to write it down, did I? Okay, I will roleplay that I don't know it. There it is. Oh, I had a cursor for a second there.
For God... But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh, I think I skipped one there.
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
Alright, so I've done it, so yeah, it's open. Sajama! Oh no, it's Chianti. I thought it was a decent drink, never mind. It's a very nice office, by the way. Ah, Ranger, I'm sorry. Did it, Narama? Do any of the codes work at all? Alright, here we go. Loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Oh.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ooh. Me? Me? Peculiar? Surely not.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I gotta do it. Nope.
Lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
As long as it's not showing Big Brother, I don't mind. Oh God. I know what that says. Alright, here we go.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
That might be mine. Didn't quite catch it. Oh no, there's a couple of them that are dead. Oh. Which? What was I? For something. I don't think I've got anything special in mine. I can't really see anything special in any of them. 427. Ah, okay. 427. Thank you. Right there, right in the middle there. You see it? Yeah, it's just a desk. That's where I started the game. That's quite a nice touch, I think, that it is the actual thing. Oh boy. What does this button do?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Seems so.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
There's 2 buttons over there. Oh, buttons. But it's offline, so none of these will work, will they? Because there's a big button over there. But I want to hit it anyway, because, you know, it makes a nice sound. Oh, there's other codes that work. Well, there is a big red button here. A big red button. I'm going to hit the big red button. Oh. The big red button does disappoint me, I must say. I was excited about the big red button. Well, there's a power facility over there, which is probably where I need to go thinking about it, rather than these two. But I'm going to hit them anyway. Fine. It is most certainly offline, thank you for that. It's awaiting inputs. Inputs! Now, what could possibly go wrong, Dazzle?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Still better than Skyrim.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Hey!
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin. The feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
Definitely a second
This
ending.
was exactly the way right now that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Yay! Yeah, then it becomes... Alright, there I beat the game. Woot! I beat the game, everybody! Everyone? I beat the game. Oh. Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Ah.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright then, here we go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, yeah.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes! That's what I'm doing. That's what Stanley's doing. Do you want me to do that now, Dan? Or, you know, in a bit? It's very nice.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
It took him a few hours to realize there was no...
At this point,
no one here.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
It looks nice, doesn't it?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I ain't got anything better to do. Of you guys, I got nothing. I would roll on the floor. I can do this. I can sort of like hop around. Well, not really. Sort of where it should be, isn't it? Drinks, cold drinks. Wow, $1.25. That's not much. Actually, no, it's a lot. It's a lot. Duh. Yeah, that's quite a lot. God, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna go.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Oh, did I indeed?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. I like that. Oh, Ranger, I'm sorry. Sorry, dude. I guess you've done all the usual stuff, you know, like, oh, now here we are. This is what I know about. Racking and forklifts. Aha! Now here's one. That is ridiculous. I'm sorry, that would never happen. How would they even get that up here? Oh, with this. But even so, I can't see it passing health and safety, I'm afraid. It just wouldn't happen. You wouldn't even need it. There's nothing up here that requires it. There are no pallets. You see, my immersion now is completely disappeared because there is no reason for this forklift to be up here. Look, these boxes can all be moved by that pallet truck. There is no reason for this to be there. And look, this guy took a real risk backing it up right to there. I know there's a fence and all, but these things are powerful. You know, if his foot slips right down there, dead. I'm not happy with it. Sorry. Oh. Same problem for you. No, I'm sorry, I've lost it. I've lost it. Okay, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. It will cause death. Penalty for misuse, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off, $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Ooh. But yeah, also those forklifts could no way
Stanley,
reach up here.
your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Was she? See, this is more like it. This is reasonable. You know, for this sort of size, that would work. Anyway. Oh yeah, lovely. Any other way to go? Oh Christ.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Aww. Oh, really?
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
People are having issues with the stream and stuff.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
I don't want to. I can't jump. I can't open the fridge. I can't get past the chair. I can't switch the TV on. Fine.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Don't want to. Don't want to.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I know, Snore. This is your fault, by the way. Everything in this stream is Snore's fault. Everything.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Oh, it's coming back.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. Down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Wow, this is deep.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
I like that.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
It must do, and it's really interesting, isn't it? It's really well written. Just the way that, you know, is he making it all up in his head? What if I don't push it? What if I don't push it? What if I don't push it? What if I don't push the button at all? What if I just watch the clock? No, I don't even have my wife, my wife doll, my doll wife. I'm doing it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried...
Oh, wow. End is never the end. Huh. Here we go again.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
A matter of time. Hi, Izakawa. You doing good? A matter of time. That's a clue. That's a clue. That's a clue. I should be paying attention to what the times are on the clocks and stuff, because that will also be a variance in things. Right. Yeah. It's 25 past 11 now. So. It wasn't before in the other thing. I'm going back to the
Stanley
forklift
came
room.
to a set of 2 open
Actually, I'm
doors,
not.
He entered the door on his left.
Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed
This was not
Headstompers
the correct
Adventure.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It's a nice room.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Okay, you can duck though.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Too open. Yeah, I know. It needs more. There's not much seating in it, is there? You know, for all the employees they've got.
He didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
That was clever.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right, my mistake.
Ooh, interesting. I could... Well, alright. I can just lower the bitrate, possibly. Just a minute. Well... I could put a downscale thing on. Or lower the frame rates. I like it, Mudcrab. Maybe it's a geographical thing. No, I changed a setting. I changed a setting.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh. I don't like that at all. Memories of fear. Truck charging down towards me in an alley. I didn't like it. Anyway, I changed the setting. Oh, here we are here.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
No.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Maybe they assume that you're going to disobey them straight away. What do you guys reckon? Alright, hang on. No, well, has anybody else like found any degradation in let's see what it says. Alright, just a minute. It's just a minute. Well, I mean, all of the hitbox's settings are saying to turn things up, but I don't see how that's going to help people who are struggling for stuff. I think that if it was just Chew, but you know, there are others as well. So it's hard not to tell where you can go. I don't know. All right, here we go.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yes.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what?
Oh!
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
It stopped.
Everything should be... What, did something change?
Brilliant.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come,
Oh
Stanley.
my
Let's
goodness.
find the story.
Oh man. This is still going to loop back on itself, isn't it? Oh, question of time. No, we're at the same time. Okay, alright, okay, alright, alright, alright.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you.
I knew it.
There definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh man.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, you're forgetting puzzles, Dragonster, and you're forgetting remembering what my character is like in a game, and oh my god,
It's worse.
yep,
I might be remembering this wrong.
maybe,
It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
and reading out loud.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
And oh, I don't know. I hate Mondays. Yes, well, it's coming soon. And gameplay and role playing. Yes. And yeah. Solitaire. Sure, that's solitaire. Huh. Oh, the first unit. What do you mean? Oh, I don't know what it's called, but yes, is it an adventure game?
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Hi, welcome. Fate of Atlantis. Yes, that's. I was reading about that. It looks.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Yeah, I was kind of tempted by that, you know, to put it in the vote, but I thought there's no way it would win. No, I guess I'll be right by that. Okay, this is different.
Now this Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
What?
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh,
Nothing's won yet.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Not really.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Ah! Alright. Okay.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought.
I'm sure it is.
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stay with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Ooh. Ooh. Follow the line.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Mine. You do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I missed the music. I miss the music.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Ah. This is really interesting. I like it.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Right.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
I thought so.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Alright. Here we go. You guys ready for Stanley's imagination? Here we go. We're gonna go there. Okay. Round this corner. Here we go. Round this corner. Here we go. Oh, well, there is something there.
Oh, no, not you again.
Oh,
Stanley,
boy.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No
Oh.
lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Alright. Not gonna look at it. I'm not gonna look at it. I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at the line. I'm not looking at the line. Stupid line. Not looking at it. Not looking at the line. Oh, it goes up there. Alright, there we go. I know, the music was great. Here we go.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay.
So we've
I
done that
know
anyway.
each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Yeah.
So now, according to the
Music.
schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
Yeah.
How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm
Yes.
not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Yeah, but now the narrator's going to forget about all the other. All right, I'm because I got to check some other stuff as well that I might have done. Because according to this, just a minute. According to this, the narrator forgets about previous restarts now. Yeah, that's right. So, in this, just a minute, I took them in a weird order. I attempt to play the story, but it is prevented. I can't. I should not be able to do anything anywhere or go anywhere, so the game restarts on its own. Let's find out. Where's the game? Well,
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
So it's the same, but I am able to explore it and stuff. Even here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, it says, Dan, it says, Stanley attempts to play the story but is prevented. That's what it says. Oh, was it? See, I think it has just restarted properly.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm gonna go back to the control room and switch it on. Oh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings.
This is different.
Desperate for clues to his situation.
Oh, maybe it just reckons what I'm doing.
But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer 2845.
Ah, okay. But yeah, this one...
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay. And that was all of them, wasn't it? Frantically, that one didn't do anything, as far as I can tell. 1, 2, 3, 4. What was it? Alright, again.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. Stanley ventured forth into the newly opened passageway.
It's the same one though, isn't it? So... Alright, Chris. Oh, I can't. Wait, well, I've lost my cursor, so it's going to be difficult. Alright, hang on. I know it didn't work. God damn it. It's really hard to do it without the, No, it's fine. I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it. Not speaking this time. Not speaking.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Forgot about that one as well.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
He does. What if I switch the on button though at the end? The on button!
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Oh, I didn't check
Each
the...
bore the number of an
Sorry,
employee
everyone.
in the building.
I didn't check the,
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to
Achievements!
images on screen. And
My
Stanley,
apologies.
one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this
I will.
time?
I promise. I promise.
Was this the only reason he was
I won't
happy
forget.
with
I
his
promise. I'll
boring
probably
job?
forget. I'll
That
probably
his
forget.
emotions had been manipulated to accept it.
It's another one of my
blindly?
weaknesses, remembering stuff. Just in general.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept
As well as
it.
gameplay
His
and
own
role-playing and
life
talking
in
over the
someone
game.
else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yeah. Just a moment here. Just a moment. Just a second. There's codes on the thingies, and alright, so I found. There's no one there. So I found. Alright, there's 4. Found 4. I found 4. And there's 5. And I got 1 and 2. So where's 3? Maybe 3's out there? I don't have any zeros though. They've all got a 0. They've all got a 0. I don't have a 0. I'll leave that for now. I'll hit the other button. It says awaiting input, doesn't it?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Yes.
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
Ah, God.
Moments until the bomb goes off.
Yeah, but
what precious moments each one of them is.
Yeah, but
no time to talk about you, about me, where we're going. What
There's
all
a
this
10.
means.
Oh.
I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Yeah.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
Ah, God's sakes.
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
I'm gonna die.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
Aww.
I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yes.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Well, yeah.
I mean, look at you, running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
Dunno.
That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's
Pressing 2.
fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley.
I like that.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life.
Oh, I can't even switch it off.
Until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Well, that was interesting. Yeah, I thought I'd just make it at the last moment and turn the power off. That would have really worked, wouldn't it? But sadly not.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It was the first. Well, it was it a death? I mean, none of it's real, so how can it be a death?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might find
go down
him
there.
coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm not going to try it again. I'm going to try that escape route bit.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life for a man
I'm going for the
denying
exit.
any hope, any
Well,
reason
the
to keep
escape
going.
thing.
Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began
different.
to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the
You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to look at the Steam things. Alright, just a minute. Let's have a look. Achievements. Okay. I've unlocked 4 out of 10. Alright, also ones are click on a door 435 times. Achievement, this is an achievement. Commitment, play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds, not including load times. That's for speedrun. Go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable in 5 years. An unachievable, it's impossible to get this achievement. Okay. Good to know.
secret of Stanley's past. It had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it.
Don't get it, Hugh.
2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, yeah. I know you guys can't see this. Oh yeah, click on door 435 times. Right. Yeah, see that now. I'll have to see that one, I'll have to find that. My apologies, I misread it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yes.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward. and willingly confront his death.
Hello, death. Oh. Ah.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his
Oh,
demise,
God.
he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Huh. Blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors. It was the first part of the game was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout the development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Corridor. Pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. And there's the two doors, just right there. Amazing. The two doors. A set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction of this room that this room posed. Filing cabinets, and very nice they are too. Nature paintings. The office. Mr. Brent. Oh, I hope there isn't. Oh no, this. I thought they should not be here at all. Office computers. Yeah, there's one with Solitaire on. Employee database. Oh, I can switch them off. Windows. Some credits over there, which I think we're gonna have to go and read. Kevin Breitling as narrator. Huh. Boss battle against the ladder. Well, I'm gonna lose, aren't I? I am gonna lose. Oh God. Alright. Early version of the maintenance room. Very, very good narrator, isn't it? Really good. Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. 1, 2, 3. My headphones aren't been particularly comfortable today. I don't know why. Oh, very nice. Early version of the underground portion of the game. Ah, yes. Voices. Narration outtakes. Recorded dialogue from the entire game roughly 3 separate times over 2 years in development. These are clips of the early takes that were not used in the final game.
Stanley stood on the roof.
What about the buttons? What buttons? I'll get to the buttons. Can't really hear them. Don't get it unless I just stand here and click.
Then he pushed the number 4.
Well, it said it wasn't used, so maybe you can't get to the roof. Office clock. Yes, the office clock. Freedom ending. This was the first incarnation of freedom ending in the game's alpha. That's nice. Yeah, okay. Alright. Huh. Early version of the countdown ending. Oh, it went away though. Freedom ending as it existed in beta. There's an exit there. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down and placed the 2 endings together instead. This is level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment was changed, the basic layout from the mock-up is still this. Yes, it is. It's nice. It is. Okay, I'm lost now. I was hoping to maintain some sort of system. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. First was created in November 2011, the second March 2012, the third February 2013. How grand. I'm glad they decided to change it a little bit every time. Yes. Yes. Years of development. No, the new lounge is much better. The cargo lift? I think I've been on that, but a second version is functionally the same as what was in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Yes, but incorrectly, I might add. Him in a voice. Cargo lift was always intended to offer a choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. I didn't jump. However, after this early version, we decided to also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. Yes, that is also a fun thing to try later. Ah. Previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a time would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Ooh. Yeah. Oh god. How big is this place? Maintenance layout. Flow of hallways following. Let's call this spoiler ending, yeah. First 2 doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that went out. A lot of work's gone into it, hasn't it? Yeah, we don't want no vents, thank you. Okay, this is different. These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what colour lever they had pulled. Zending. This screenshot depicts an earlier version of the ending known as Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. The Zending model. Zending went through many iterations. This room presents the 4th version of the ending and we thought was complete but decided to abandon and change it shortly before launch. And very nice it is too. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realised this is what they're supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. An ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Ah, I see. Yes, that was... Nope, and there it goes again. I remember the fern. I have a screenshot of the fern. It's a very nice box. Greenlight. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of critique photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Huh. Now I'm lost. Wait a minute. It was over here somewhere. Oh. Narrator emails. After a second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here's a selection of those emails. I have a question for you, sir, and it is, what is your message for today? Sent for my iPad. That's nice. I did find the way out. I'm pretty sure I found the way out. I'm pretty sure it was around here somewhere. There it is. I think I'm done. I never found the fern. I'm leaving now, guys. I'm leaving now. I'm leaving. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I'm going. Should we switch it off? We're gonna switch it off. Hi, Impetus. I'm gonna switch it off now. I am going to switch it off. I'm switching it off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it.
Ha! I did it. I did it. I know it is. I know it is. Oh no.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked
Probably
for a
something
company
better
in
than
a
this.
building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push,
I'm gonna click it.
how long to push them,
4:30.
and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
I know, Dan.
Though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very
5
peculiar
times.
happened.
Okay, 5 times.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
3 years in the making. This room.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What was I supposed to do? I forgot.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Not back? Guess not.
When Stanley came to the sight of the two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Maybe there is. Maybe there is no door. I'll go that way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yes, Dan. I can't remember where these go now.
Stanley
Oh,
was so
I
good at
know.
following directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
See now this racking, right? Like, it's ridiculous, right? There's no way it would. That forklift wouldn't. I mean, they might have another one somewhere, but you know, and it's right under the bridge, which just wouldn't happen because it's very easy for the driver. I don't care what forklift you're on to hit the bridge while you load it under it. It just wouldn't happen. Wouldn't happen. These people, you know, all the 3 years design office, but they couldn't get that right, you know. Danger everywhere. Yeah. Ooh. 2v1. Huh.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I agree, red is the best colour.
I still don't think we're communicating. Stanley walked through the red door.
Ah.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
I want to know.
You see?
Oh.
There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Well, let's do that.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Did I rush that?
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
I missed the
You
board.
wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Dope.
Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I think it is Snore. Well, it wouldn't be too hard, because all you've got to do is get a button clicker. Alright, I'll let the baby die.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. What, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course, and just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
Bye, Moon Droplet. Sorry, I thought you were saying goodbye to someone else. I was trying to see who it was.
Outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Oh, man. Brilliant.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
But no. No, I can't jump, yeah. But I think it's only like, you know, it's only gonna let me go one way, isn't it? So it's a very good way of shoehorning you into a place.
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game. Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Really? Really?
Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for
I haven't played Portal, but I know what it is. I've
rather
seen
than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to
Koski
leave you
play it.
here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings.
Hi there,
I
Bruce.
certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then, I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley.
Yeah,
Good
I know,
luck with
I know.
your work. And I sincerely
I've seen
hope that
someone play
everyone
it.
lives happily ever after.
Huh. But it wasn't on the on the vote, was it? Nobody suggested Portal. Nobody suggested portal. It would be quite short as well. Like really, really short. Oh, I died. No, you're right, there isn't. Portal has no ladders. That's very true. But it's only about, what, 4 hours long, if that? Ooh! But nobody suggested portal. So you're gonna have to wait 15 million years. Should we have a quick track and see what's winning? Just a minute. Let me have a look. Let me just see what's winning. On the old ooh. On the old Voteroonies. I could, Casper, I could. Nobody suggested portal. I'm gonna say it. Stalker's winning and Gothic's winning. Dragon Age 2 was winning for ages, but now it's Gothic's winning by quite a bit. But there's time yet, although I'm kind of assuming that most people will have voted by now. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me.
Well, I've seen someone else
who will
play
wrap
Portal.
everything up at the end to make
So
sense
it's one of those
out the
games that
chaos
what
and
would
fear
I get
and
from playing
confusion.
myself?
That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh yes, yes, I'll be back.
I know it's
There's no
good,
other way.
but
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
yeah, maybe Portal 2. That's one I'm less familiar with. But nobody suggested. Okay.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
Oh.
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had
Yeah.
never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
The end is never the end.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Alright.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
Is that?
Now suppose you were to click the door 20
1 0.
times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Well, it's like Deus Ex Invisible War. It's good on its own. Perfectly fine on its own. But because you compare it to the original, it's a bit like, meh, well, this isn't the same, that isn't the same, etc., etc., so...
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417? Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437. Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
4 1 5 4 1 5 4 1 5 4 1 5.
Now, back to door number 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Oh.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Oh.
Yes!
Oh.
This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again! Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Brilliant. Right then. Should we go down the stairs this time?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I did.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Help, I'm a post-it. Broom closet. Yeah.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Downstairs we go. Ah, no health packs, nothing. Oh,
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
no.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left.
How
his
did this
post
get
during
here?
work hours. He might be fired for that.
Maybe he-
And in such a competitive economy, why
Lights
had he
on.
taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh, God.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
I'm not going for all the endings, Harry. I wouldn't know how many
This
there were.
is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Alright, we're going to do 2 more playthroughs, guys, and this time, you lot are in charge. I might even put votes up for this. I might even do that. But maybe 1, maybe 2 more. Hello, Gorash. But yeah, I'm asking you, the chat now. You are now Stanley, right? So, it's up to you guys. It's up to you.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Just wait, guys. I've done the broom closet. I'll skip things that I've already done.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open...
Ba ba da ba ba ba.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
What is the chat going to choose? What are you gonna pick, guys? There's a vote in the chat. There is a vote in the chat for anybody who's like kind of like doing another thing and listening to the stream. Stop listening to the stream. Watch it. Participate. Participation is what's required. Be part of the hive mind. Why go against the result? That's just kind of odd. I know, which I know is kind of the thing, but no. We're going to. I have to. I'm window locked. I have to exit in order to stop the streaming. So we're going to go right. Yes, holy sock. Right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Do I go left or do I go straight on, guys? Nope. Well, that's pretty unanimous. No. One's coming back a little bit, but not enough. I'm gonna leave each poll rolling, running for about 30 seconds, and then we got a much better response that time. Much better. We're going straight on though. Straight on is what people have decided. Oh, we're here again. Ah,
Stanley
God.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, so we've got 3 options here, haven't we? Oh, really? There's another one? So I can, or I'll just step on and step off. Alright, we got... No, we got 4 options. So I can die, so I can get on it and just fall to my death. I can cross the gap. I can jump onto the other platform. Or I can step on it and then step on to where I am currently. I believe those are the options. Completely up to you guys. Completely up to you. Ooh, it's pretty. Ooh, it's pretty. Ooh, my. Every vote counts. It's one of those. So many options. So many people voting. Oh, Dazzle. We're not all going to get what we want, are we? Well, I must do as the hive mind dictates, and it says I have to step on and step off. Sorry, guys. Here we go.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
Hi, Blackbeard.
Come on. I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Sorry I haven't been in your streams for a while, Blackbeard, but you're playing games that I haven't played before. So I don't want to, you know, have them spoiled and stuff. Oh, I don't know. Maybe wait for lift. Maybe. Well, I might have to do it. It's not coming back, you know? Because it's badly designed! This room breaks my immersion! Do it now! Do it! Do it now!
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Well, that's what you get when you ask a hive mind. You get a guy killing himself. I'll tell you what.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
But it's different!
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
It's different.
he'd simply missed a memo.
But unplug phone. That's what I was gonna do, but it's different, guys.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, the whiteboard ending, guys. I'm sure the people who said step on and step off, right, secretly knew this would happen, but the vocal minority, I suppose, in the chat who were like, oh, let's just go and unplug the phone, but everyone was like, no, we'll do this and get the whiteboard ending. Yes, I like it. Silent majority. Well done, silent majority. You know what you're doing, don't you, silent majority? I like it. Well done. Lovely. Well, there it is. It is pretty nice, isn't it? Console back. Yeah. Is there a console? I just pressed the weird key thing. Yeah, it's not working. I know what you mean. It's not working. It's not working, guys. Guys, it's not that one.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Hi,
he
Django.
entered the door on his left.
Right. Let's get to the phone.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
You have to. Oh, let's see if it is there then, because I don't think I saw it. Ooh, extras is there now. Ah, no, it's there. No, we haven't entered the red door yet either. But yeah, see, console there. Just wasn't working. No.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm going back to the
Stanley
phone
was so
like you
bad
wanted.
at following
You keep
directions,
changing your
it's
mind,
incredible
you
it
know,
wasn't
you're all
5
like,
years ago.
no. Let's go and do
Stanley, I
that.
think
Let's
perhaps
unplug
we've
the phone.
gotten
Let's
off on
unplug
the
the phone.
wrong foot.
As soon as another bright
not
shiny
sure
thing
if
comes
you
along,
really
you guys are all like, oh, let's do this.
Realize that
Let's do this.
investing your
Let's
trust
do
in
this.
someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
It's 'cause there's so
I'm not
much.
asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To
Yes,
put
the hive
your
mind
work
gets very,
aside,
very distracted.
To let her back into your life.
See, right, here's another
She's
thing.
been waiting.
No, here's another thing, right? Okay, look at the size of this forklift, right? Perfectly acceptable size of a forklift, right? How does one get this forklift in here to put stuff up there? How does one get this vehicle there? You can't. My immersion!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
That doesn't
Not picking
happen.
up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long.
Does it always
If you'd made
lie?
any more wrong choices, you might have negated it
I am a real
entirely.
person.
It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol
I'm a
for
real boy.
real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
My immersion. This is not the way to park forklifts, I've got to say. Nor do you park them inside walls. I'm just going to hold off here in case the chat wants me to do something. Because it is your hive mind after all. Okay, I'm going to go across the lift. I'm going to go across the lift. The lift is here. I'm going to go across it. Is there any? I'm gonna go across. Yes, it did. You're right. It did. But you know, I don't know. I'm gonna. Can I? I might just. I don't. Should I? I don't. I might. Has anything changed on here? Nope. Still wrong. Wrong. Still wrong. Everything is wrong. Wrong. Right. I'm going.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
Yeah.
That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. Gonna go back to my office now then.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright guys, it's up to you. This is on you guys. Left or right? Are we Stanley? Or are we not Stanley? Stanley? Not Stanley. Stanley? Not Stanley. Stanley? No, I didn't. No. I think it's very dark about here. You don't know? No, there's nothing. There's nothing here. I can't. Can I go any other direction? Are you Stanley or are you not Stanley? Tried that effing. Do that in the broom cupboard, and the narrator gets really, really annoyed. Hi, by the way. Hope you're doing well. We are not Stanley! Not Stanley is what we are. Nope. We're going right. Hi, Peter.
No! Why did you do that? Hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
No, we're gonna go this way. Oh, it doesn't let me go. Hi, Lewis. No. Maybe we're not too late. I'm just going to assume that just going this way will trigger something the other direction, yeah? Because I can't do anything, so I'm going to go the other way. I don't want to know, Frantic, honestly. So I'm going to go the other way now. There's no other real thing to do. We may have just triggered something bad. Looks okay, though. Everything looks alright. Everything looks fine. Oh dear.
I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
That didn't work. That did not work at all.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you.
Rubbish.
You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story.
Aww.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious.
Yeah.
It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right, I'm going to set the vote again. The thing was this, oh, we'll only do one more ending. How do you know when an ending ends? How do you know? Alright, I am just going to set this again and pop away, come back. I checked behind. I checked, I'm checking, everything's fine. There are chairs and cabinets and windows and a plant, okay? There's nothing behind. So, right there you go. Right, I'll be back in a second. I am going to have to stop soon, but you know, I'll be back in a second. Let's see what they've chosen. Let's see what they've picked. I'm sure they've chosen sensibly. I'm sure they've... Oh. You went right, guys. You went right. Fine. Fine. Fine.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right, there's nothing behind. I'm asking you. I am asking you again. Again. But right, okay, I get it. Look, right, I get it, guys. I get it. You want to go right? I get it, right. I totally understand. You know what? You're right, Dan. I suspect it probably does. I'd be surprised if it doesn't.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door
it's
on
evening
his
up.
left.
It's evening up. I'm going to leave it on for 30 seconds. Just keep going right, Bomb Zero says. Alright, I might... Alright. I'll tell you what, I will, because that's what you guys want me to do. It's sort of leaning a little bit towards left, but... Alright. Keep going right, okay. I'll keep going right forever.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
All right.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
He
When Stanley
does.
came to a set of 2 open doors,
He
entered the door on his left.
Just say it, effing. You're so smart.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
All right. He says it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as
I've been
Stanley
told,
would. That
Narima.
means choosing responsibly
You're all
and
insane.
always putting the story
You're all
first.
insane.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I've been told to go right. I
No!
keep going
Why did
right.
you do that?
No,
Quickly,
Bomb Zero
hurry.
said keep going right. I gotta keep going right. I was
Behave
told
exactly as
to go
Stanley
right.
would. That means choosing
Bye, Jago.
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
Okay, Bomb Zero, we'll do it once more. Once more.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
You did vote on it.
Exactly as
I asked you
Stanley
multiple
would.
times and
That
it was
means
right.
choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be
Bomb
fine.
Zero.
All right. When
No, Bomb
Stanley
Zero
came to a
works.
set
It
of
looks like
2
you got
open
Bomb Zero.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left? Oh, it's back. It's alright.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Alright.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. I couldn't go right hand cream.
Coming to a staircase,
Oh.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's different. Ah! Yeah!
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it.
Business strategy.
Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
I'm not saying it. I am not saying it. Not a chance.
Stanley spoke the code.
I'm not going to say
Night
it.
Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
No, I will not say, I will not say it. This
I'm sorry,
game.
is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But
Good.
you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring
God.
you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you...
Can't
for
believe I did that. I can't believe I did that.
Respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
I will not. No, I will not. I will, absolutely will not. Oh!
Stanley came to a
a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Well, I think that will conclude tonight's stream. A satisfactory ending, I feel. You know, we got some real conclusion there. As much as you can from this game. Amazing, brilliant. You know, I really didn't know what to expect when I started, and you know, the first time I guess I did actually play as Stanley, you know. But yeah, the deeper you get into it, the more surreal it becomes and everything, you know, and obviously there's a whole lot more to it. But we can't go through it all. It's just not, it's not practical. Because you don't know what changes what. You don't know when there's actual... Like, is this a real restart? Or is it just a... Is it going to have some remnants of the last thing you see? So it's really good that way. Really good that way. It is really, really good. Very well written. Fantastic. Really glad that I decided to play this. Next week we're going to be playing whatever you guys decide. And the stream will be divided into 2 parts. So don't forget, guys, I stream every week at this point, because I've seen a lot of people in here right here normally. I guess it's because you're not into the Baldur's Gate thing, which we've been doing. But, you know, I've pop in, say hi. You know, it's cool. Nice to see you all here. And, you know, we'll see what we play next week. Yeah. Should be interesting. And there'll be 2 games. So, but no more Stanley Parable, I'm afraid. It's all good. You've been a lot of you in here as well, though, so I do thank you very much for joining me this Sunday. It's been a lot of fun, and thank you, Snord, indeed.
Stanley stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of a game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent, and if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
Yeah, thanks, Snor. This game never ends. It never ends. I'm saying goodbye, but then I want to see if anything else happens. I need to get on with my life. Snor, you're not going anywhere. Snor, you are going to sit here and suffer with me. You better not leave. We're just going to wait a little bit longer. But the end never ends. The end is never the end. Oh yeah, Mudcrab, sorry. Go on, Mudcrab. Yeah, we were interrupted. Go ahead with your question. And this is a good time for questions if anybody has any. Well, we'll just wait to see if anything else happens with this bloody game. I have work tomorrow as well. I was unaware of it. And it's not a big deal. And I wouldn't want to make it, and the fact that it's taken so long, I think is a bit. But it's nice. It is nice. It's great. You know, 25,000 people have seen my channel and decided, yeah, they want to subscribe to me. So that's great. I've just seen so many of my peers go past me. I've kind of stopped paying attention, if you see what I mean. You know, because I don't want to dwell on that and think, why is that? Why don't people love me? And stuff. So. But yeah, it's nice. It is nice. It's just nice. But I feel no particularly no like pride in it or anything, you know, because others have done better than me. It's jumped to 5,001. No, it's been. Oh, thank you. Thank goodness. Can we have a second level vote between XCOM and Stock? No, that's cheating. You know. That's like, oh, can we vote for Brexit again? Doesn't work like that. Well, it's democracy. You gotta take it whether you like it or not. So it's just the way it works, man. Yeah. Well, Sorcerer Dave, I gotta say, he wouldn't have started without me. I was his inspiration. I know it's sad, that isn't it? So he owes everything to me, damn it. I'm sure if it did nothing. Can we bring votes in favour of Stock? Exactly. You see, just don't go there. You know, don't go there. Yes, I am a big deal in Dave's world. I really am. You know, he still looks up to me even though he's surpassed me in every way possible. He still, you know, thinks that I'm great and everything. He never like talks to me because I just think he's intimidated. That's all it is. You know, but. You know, he holds me in high regard. He's just such reverence, you know, it's like talking to God. So he just never comes to my streams or says hello or anything. But, you know. Right, I'm going to go. Same with Jeff Major. Except I didn't inspire Jeff. He just started out. So. Okay, then. Cool, right, if I got one person into Baldur's Gate, my work is done, absolutely. Alright guys, I am going to go. You guys have been fantastic tonight. Thank you very much for your company. It's been great, it's always great, and hopefully I'll see you next week for whatever we start. Right then, thank you very much everyone, and Stunning Parable, brilliant. Thank you Snore, it's been great. Bye everyone, toodaloo, take care.